Hello everyone, another English video. Today's video is going to be a bit like it was last week. Okay, so we're going to start off with a little bit of handwriting and then we're going to go into the spag and then the writing activity. Okay, so last week we looked at the word elephant and we looked at our joins as we write the letter, as we wrote the word. Okay, so today we're actually just going to practice just single letters, okay, and making sure we've got the correct joins from the letter. Okay, so we're going to start with A because it's the first letter in the alphabet. Okay, so let me move my mirror down. Okay, so now a capital A, two straight lines, and one across the middle. Okay, simple. Now, a lowercase a, ones what we're going to be using in lots of words. So, I'll pretend we've got our line actually. So, this is our line. Now, remember, all letters must sit on the line, okay? They don't like to float, they need to sit on the line, okay? Now, we start on the line and we go up and round and back, okay? So you have the join to begin with and then the join out of your A. Okay, so we go up, round, and down. Okay? Up, round, and down. Now, I'm actually going smaller, so I need to make sure I'm keeping these as the same size. So I need to make sure I go a little bit bigger again, okay? Up, round, and down. Okay, I'm going to bring you closer. You can see the joins. Okay, can you see here? We go from the line, we go up, round, and back down again. Okay. So let's try some other letters. So we're going to try a H. So a capital H. Two straight lines, and then across the middle. Okay. Now, a lowercase h is a tall letter. Okay, so its stick almost needs to be tall. Okay, and it needs to sit on the line. So again, it still needs to join into it. So we start on the line, we go up, back down the same way to the line, then we go up, round, and flick. Okay. So I'm going to try a few more of them. So we start on the line, we go up, nice and tall, back down to the line, then around and flick. Okay? So we go on the line, we start all the way up, back down, and around. Okay? One more. Start on the line, we go up, down, and round and flick. Okay? Again, you need to make sure that your sticks for your H are all the same size. We need to keep those the same height, and the top of the H here, they all need to be the same height. So you can see that I started off really big. This one wasn't a very good one, so I'm going to cross that out. But these are roughly all the same height. You need to keep them the same height. Okay. One more on this page. We're going to do a duh. Okay, so a capital D, straight line, and then curve it round. Okay, so that's a capital D. Okay, now lowercase d. Now, lots of us get our does and buzz confused the wrong way round. Okay, so a D goes this way. So we start on the line, we go round, back round, almost doing an O, then we go up for its tall stick, and back down and flick. Okay, so there's lots of movements with a duh. Okay, so we start on the line, we go up, round and back round on ourselves, then we go up and back down. Okay, and our does face this way, so the circle faces this way. Okay, so ready? So we try again, we start on the line, we go up, round. Oh, my paper's moving. Up and around. Okay, now your circle for your duh, there shouldn't be a gap between the stick and the circle. So you can see here, I've actually got a little bit of a gap. Okay, when you're doing your does, there should not be a gap between the circle part and the tall stick part. Okay, so we're going to do one more. So we're going to start on the line. We're going to go up, round, up to the top and down again. So you can see that the stick parts, they're all basically the same size. Okay, and the circle part of the duh, they're all roughly the same size. Okay, this one's a little bit smaller, but they're all roughly the same size, and we have to really concentrate on that when we are writing. Okay, because we need to try and make sure the letters are all basically the same size to make sure they're really neat. And we've got our joins into the letter and the joins out of the letter. Okay, the join into the letter and the join out of the letter. Okay, now we're going to practice the buzz because they're just confusing. Okay. Oops. Okay, so let's just quickly draw the line. Okay, I told you it'd fall off. Okay, so a capital B, so a straight line down and then 2 circles, almost like an 8, but not quite. Okay, so now a B. So a duck goes this way, circles go that way, a butt goes that way. Okay, so we start on the line and we go up and down and around. Then we have to come out for the join. Okay, so for a duh, we do the circle part first and then the tall stick. For a buh, we do the tall stick first, then the circle part. Okay, so ready? So we go on the line, we go up and back down to the line, round. And remember, you don't just stop here, you've got to come round again and have the join ready for the next letter. I'll bring that closer so you can see. Do you see here? So we go up, down and around, and then we've got that little join ready to join into the next letter. Okay, so let's try again. So we start on the line, we go up and down and around and then back around, ready for the join to the next letter. Okay, we'll do one more of those because they're quite tricky. So we start on the line, we go round and up and back down and then the little join up ready for the next letter. Now my line's a bit wonky, but our tall parts of the letters are roughly the same size and the circle parts of the letter are all the same size roughly, apart from that one. I don't like that one. Okay, so you carry on practicing your handwriting at home the rest of this week. Okay, try different letters or just keep practicing these letters. Okay, so moving on, let's move on to the back part of our lesson. Okay, so today we are going to look at verbs and nouns. Now, hares and hedgehogs definitely would have looked at verbs and nouns a lot. Squirrels, you might have touched on verbs and nouns, but might not have done lots of work on them. Okay, so let me just bring up the PowerPoint. Just give me a second. Technology doesn't like this, Andrew. There we go. Okay, so you should see that now. So we're going to start with verbs. Now, can you remember what a verb is? I'm going to give you a few seconds now to see if you can remember what a verb is. There's a little bit of a hint on this first page as well that might give you a little hint as to what a verb is. Okay, so hopefully you would have said that a verb is something we do. It's an action. It's a doing word, okay? So verbs are all the things that we do, okay? And in our writing, we add verbs into our sentences to make our sentences more exciting because it's giving a little bit more information. So just like adjectives, they help describe and give more information. Verbs gives more information and tells the reader what we're doing, okay? So, so we've already said it. So a verb is a doing word. It's an action word, okay? It's something that we're doing. Okay, so can you think of any verbs? I'm going to give you a few seconds now. Can you think of any verbs? Have a think. All the things that you can do. Okay, so just like on the first page there was a girl jumping. Okay, she jumped. Okay, so that's something that you do. Can you think of some verbs now quickly? Okay, so let's have a look at some verbs now. Okay, so we can jump, we can sleep, we can think, we can worry, that's a feeling, we can swim, we can run, we can shout, we can skip, I can eat, I can drink. Okay, so they're all things that we can do. Okay, so I'm going to bring up some sentences now, and I'm going to read them, and I want you to decide which word is the verb, okay? Which word is telling us what they're doing, okay? So, the fish swim in the sea. So what word in that sentence is the verb? Okay, so the verb in that sentence is swim, okay, because that's something that they're doing, okay, so the fish are swimming in the sea. Okay, next sentence. The choir sing beautifully. Which word in this sentence tells us what they're doing? Okay, so hopefully you would have chosen sing, okay? The children are singing beautifully. Singing is what they're doing, okay? Next one. I relaxed on the beach. Which word in that sentence tells us what they're doing? Okay, so hopefully you would have said relaxed. Now it's not a verb that you would think of often. It's not a common verb, but relaxing, you're relaxing. Okay, you're doing it. Okay, so next sentence. Cyril is chatting on the phone. Such an angry expression on his face. I don't think he enjoys that phone call. But Cyril is chatting on the phone. What word in that sentence is telling us what he is doing? Yes, so chatting is the verb, okay, because that's telling us what he is doing. He's chatting. Chatting is another word for talking, speaking, okay? Okay, so that was our sentences. Okay, so I've got some words here on the page, and I've got a box, so verbs and not verbs, okay? So we need to sort the words to decide if they're a verb or not a verb, okay? So remember, a verb is something that we do, okay? Something that we can do. Okay, so let's try. So exercise. Let's start with exercise. Can we do exercise? Yes. Okay, so exercise is a verb. I was exercising yesterday. Okay. How about impossible? Is impossible something that we can do? No. That's not something that we can do. Okay, whisper. Is whisper something that we can do? Yes. Okay, so whisper is a verb. I whispered to the dog to be quiet. Okay, so more. Is more a verb? Is that something that we can do? No, that's not a verb. Okay, laugh. Can I laugh? Laugh or laugh? Either way you say it. Okay, so can I laugh? Is that something that we can do? Yes. Okay, so strong. Is strong something that we can do? No. I can say I am strong, but that's not telling me what I'm doing, okay? Dinosaur. Is dinosaur a verb? Is that telling us that we're doing something? No. Dinosaur is not a verb. That's not telling me I'm doing something. Beautiful. Is beautiful a verb? Is that telling us what we're doing or what somebody is doing? No. Okay, so beautiful is an adjective, so it's a describing word, but it's not telling us what we're doing. Okay. Goal. Is goal a verb? No. It's not something that we can do. Okay. Guitar. Now, is guitar a verb? Now this one might be a little bit tricky. Okay, so guitar is not a verb, okay? I can play the guitar, but the verb would be playing, okay? Because that's what I'm doing, okay? Argue. Is argue a verb? Can I argue? Is that something that I can do? Yes. So argue is a verb. I argued with my mum on Saturday. I didn't really. Scream. Is scream a verb? Yes, I can scream. I screamed at the top of my voice. So scream is a verb. How about bake? Can I bake? Is that something that I can do? Yes. So I baked a cake. Food. Is food a verb? No. So it's a bit like the guitar. I can eat food. The verb would be I am eating. Okay, so food is not a verb. It's not something that I can do. And we're actually going to stop there because I don't think we need to do all of them. Okay, so let's move on. So verbs, just to recap and refresh our minds before we move on to nouns. A verb is something that we can do. Okay, it's a doing word, an action word. Okay, so nouns. What is a noun? So I'm going to give you a few seconds now. Can you remember what a noun is? Okay, so a noun is a name of a person. It can be a place or it can be a thing, like a pen. Okay, so a noun is a name of a person, a place, or an object. Okay, so let's have a quick look through. We're not going to spend long on nouns. Okay, so a noun is the name of a person, so it could be boy, girl, clown, dancer, dentist, mum, dad, Fred, Sammy. Okay, a noun of a place, so it could be the classroom, it could be your living room, it could be Shrewsbury, that's a place. Okay, and then nouns of things, so it could be an airplane, it could be a book, it could be sellotape, it could be a charger, it could be a plant. Okay, so let's have a look here. So, well, no, next page, Miss Andrews. Okay, so what noun is a person who makes us laugh? Okay, so what is this? Who is this? Okay, so this is a clown, so that is a noun. Okay, and an easy one here. We use this to write. What is the noun here? A pen or a pencil. Okay, fantastic. So that's all we're going to do for now for our spag. Okay, so moving on to the writing task. Okay, so let me just bring up our PowerPoint. Okay, so last time I was with you, we looked at adjectives and we drew the monster that came out of the Pandora's box, and we drew the butterfly of hope that came out of the box, and we used adjectives to describe them. Okay, so that was a whole week ago now. Okay, so hopefully you would have done the next few tasks. Now if you haven't, you've got time to go back and do them. Okay, but I'm not going to go through these today, okay, because you probably would have done them since last Monday. Okay, so what we're going to look at today is we're going to start the poetry. Okay, so I've got a lovely poem here and I'm going to read it to you. Okay, so it's called The Magic Box. Okay, so I will put in the box the swish of a silk sari on a summer night. Okay, so a sari is a type of dress that Indian ladies wear. Okay, so fire from the nostrils of a Chinese dragon, the tip of a tongue touching a tooth. Try and do it. Tip of your tongue touching a tooth. It's a bit of a tongue twister. Tip of a tongue touching a tooth. Tip of a tongue touching a tooth. Try and say that really quickly. Anyway, carry on. I will put in the box a snowman with a rumbling belly, a sip of the bluest water from Lake Lawrence, a leaping spark from an electric fish. I will put in the box 3 violet wishes spoken in Sorry, I've lost my place. The last joke of an ancient uncle and the first smile of a baby. I think I've missed something out there. Never mind. I will put in the box a 5th season, a black sun, a cowboy on a broomstick, and a witch on a white horse. My box is fashioned from ice and gold and steel with stars on the lid and secrets in the corners. The hinges are the toe joints of dinosaurs. I shall surf in my box on the great high-rolling breakers of the wild Atlantic, then wash ashore on a yellowy beach with the colour of the sun. Okay, so there's lots going on in this poem, lots of description. So this person is putting in lots and lots of different things into the box that they really like. So there's the nostrils of a Chinese dragon, the fire from the nostrils of a Chinese dragon. So instead of just saying fire, they've described it. A 5th season. How many seasons are there? There's winter, spring, summer, and autumn. So there's only 4 seasons. So they're adding in a 5th season. I wonder what the weather would be like in their 5th season. And then they've described their box, how they've made it. So it's made of ice and gold and steel, and there's stars on the lid, and the hinges to open the box are dinosaur joints. And then they said that they're going to surf on their box from the big waves from the Atlantic Ocean, and then they're going to wash ashore and sit on lovely sandy beaches. Okay, so Apollo for a period of time was a Greek god of poetry. Okay, so we're going to talk about these questions now. So what is your favourite item in the magic box and why? I'm going to give you a few seconds now. What is your favourite thing from the magic box, from this poem? Okay, so I'm actually going to say that my favourite thing from this magic box would be the 5th season, because I'm really intrigued. I'm really interested to know what the weather would be like in the 5th season. Okay, so the second question, is this a happy or a sad poem? And what makes you think this? So do you think it's a sad poem or a happy poem? I think, now you might disagree with me, but I think it's a happy poem. He's putting in lots of beautiful things from around the world and keeping it in a very magical box. So I think it's a happy poem. I don't think there's anything there that makes me feel sad. I think it makes me feel quite excited, actually. Okay, so now, technically, the next task in our Pandora's box activities would be to create your own magic box. Now, some of you have already done this. Okay, so those of you who haven't, you can make your own magic box, okay? But I'm not going to spend time talking about this because you can do it by yourself. I'm going to move on, starting the poem, okay? So, write your own magic box poems. That's what we're going to do. Okay, so first of all, we need to start by writing a list of our favourite things, places and people. Just like in the poem, The Magic Box, there was loads and loads of different things that he had put into the box. Okay, so we're going to write some now. Now, I'm going to write what I would put into the magic box. Okay, so that might give you some ideas. Okay, so into the magic box. So, as you might already know, Miss Andrews is a fan of dragons. I'm going to put dragons into my magic box. Now, just like reading the magic box poem, not all of the things that he put into that box were real. Okay, so we all know that dragons may not be real. Okay, but I love dragons, so I'm going to put dragons into my magic box. Okay, I love animals, so I'm going to put animals in my magic box. I love slippers. Okay, my feet get very cold and I've always got a pair of slippers on. In fact, they're not my elf slippers, but I've got slippers on right now. What else do I love? Sorry, I've got to put my slipper back on. Magic. I love Harry Potter and lots of different other wizards and witches programs and books. So magic would go in my box. Fireworks. I love watching the fireworks, so I'm going to put fireworks into my magic box. I love the snow. So snow's going into my magic box. I love strawberries. So strawberries going into my magic box. Now, when I was young, and actually still now, I love going on holiday to the beach, and I love going on holiday in Wales, especially Newquay in Wales. That's one of my favourite places. Lovely beaches there. So Newquay in Wales. So I love going to the beach. So sun and sand. And okay, there's a couple more. So I love pizza. Okay, so that's my list of all the things I would put into my magic box, and that's all we have to do today. Okay, so I've actually thought of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 different things. So hopefully you'll be able to think of the same. Okay, so hopefully you have enjoyed the video today, and I'd love to see what you've done on Teams. Okay, so bye.